Well, it's Uncommon Fossil. Today's a really big day in Pokemon TCG Live. Journey Together has dropped, rotation has happened, and the trainer trials, well, we've had them for 2 days. This is the first day of the trainer trials post-rotation. We had 2 days of the trainer trials, which is right now singleton format. You get different formats every 2 weeks. This one is singleton, meaning one copy of each card, maximum, except for basic energies, you can have more of that. So what I've gone through in this deck is I've gone through a metal deck, just so trying to keep things simple there. So either metal attackers or colorless attackers, what I've had. So I'm going to go through this deck. I've been working on it for a couple days during the pre-rotation days, but I was definitely at a disadvantage because I wasn't as well. I wasn't using all the resources available. And it's semi-developed, so I'll say it's still early days here trying to figure stuff out, but want to get these ideas out there because we need to share ideas to get things better. So I'm going to walk through the deck a little bit. I'm not going to go read the text on every card because a lot of cards, because it is singleton format, but playing a 1/1/1 Pidgeot EX, right? You know what that does. Quick search gets you any one card wants to play, so super, super, super good there. Then playing a copy of Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX. Going to probably play it in most decks for this. At least you got to consider it, right? You got to consider it anyway for standard and for singleton for sure. It's 5 energies to do 240. Can't attack the next turn. That's not great. But then its attack cost is 1 colorless less for each prize card your opponent has taken. So if they've taken 5 prize card, it attacks for free. Super good there. Playing a 1/1 to Dunsparce line. Sorry, I am playing one with the Dunsparce line, so I will say that. Actually, I'm playing a 2/1 line. The Dunsparce, the single prize to Dunsparce lets you draw 3 cards, and then you shuffle it back into your deck as well as attach cards. So just good there. So it's a pivot. And then I'm playing the 60 HP to Dunsparce, the basic, because it's got free retreat. So there is a 70 HP, but rather have the free retreat there. And I'm playing a 1/1 Dodrio. The zooming draw lets you draw a card once per turn, which again, engines are an issue, so being able to help something that draws, but then it's a good single prize attacker. For 1 energy, it does 10 plus 30 more for each damage counters on it, so you draw some cards for a couple turns, and then you have a single prize Pokemon that potentially can do 280, but you can certainly, that's right when you're at the maximum, right? But you can certainly get to 200, 220, knocking at a single prize EX Pokemon, basic EX, so that's really good. So let's see, what else am I playing here? I'm playing Oinkologne. That was a late change, and I have liked it in the deck, so I'm glad I put it in, mainly for the first attack. Maddening Scent for 1 energy does 10 plus 30 more for each opponent's bench Pokemon, so it's doing a decent amount of damage, but for 1 energy, right? It's kind of a stage 1 focus deck is what I'll say. Stage 1 has been the focus because they're pretty decent HP, decent attacking, but also relatively simple to evolve into. The only stage 2 is the Pidgeot EX, and of course once that's set up, it's super, super awesome. So also they're playing Archaludon EX, 300 HP, very tanky there for stage 1. And then as long as you have 2 energies in the discard pile, you can accelerate 2 energies to any of your metal Pokemon you want, any way you want. This guy does 220 for 3 energies, 3 metal energies, so he kind of can power himself up in that 1 turn. You evolve and attach, and away you go. So really good there. Playing a copy of Fezandipiti EX, I would imagine pretty much every deck is playing that, right? Pretty much every standard deck plays it, and you pretty much have to play it in this format. So playing a 1/1 Scizor line. This one, another single prize attacking option, 1 energy, which I like 1 energy attackers for sure, single prize attackers as well. And then it does 10 plus 50 more for each opponent's Pokemon in play that has an ability. So your opponent either has to not avoid playing Pokemon with abilities, or it lets you then have this nice little punch of a good, very strong single prize attacker. Then a copy of Gholdengo, a 1/1 Gholdengo EX attack, right? Playing a single prize deck, that's good. Coin bonus, active spot draws 2, on the bench draws 1. Drawing cards is really good here. And then Make It Rain, 1 energy, does 50 for each card you discard from your hand. Energy you discard from hand. Now, energy recovery is obviously limited, so you can't Gholdengo big damage turn after turn after turn because you can't get the energies back, but you can do it a couple times over the course of the game. So it does work in the deck from my experience. So just be aware of how many cards you have in the deck to recover energy and how many you've played, just so you know at some point you just can't make it work anymore. So 12 basic energy. I think I might have said that. I don't remember if I did or not. So I'll run through the trainers here. Like, it's a lot, 30 of them. but in some of our less common ones, like Dusk Ball, which I didn't even have in my collection. I had to craft it for this, but it's like Great Ball. I'm playing Great Ball as well. Where is that? So Great Ball, look at the top 7, put a Pokemon you find there into your hand. Dusk Ball is kind of the opposite. You look at the bottom 7 and put a Pokemon you find in your hand there. So again, since you can't play multiple copies of these Pokemon search cards like Ultra Ball and stuff, so playing Ultra Ball, great. We're playing Nest Ball, awesome. Playing Buddy Poffin, good cards, and we'd play multiple copies of them. We can't, so therefore we're playing cards like Dusk Ball and Great Ball. Playing Counter Catcher, it's good. It does. It's good. Youngster, I like it. You shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 5 cards. It's an okay card in Standard. Probably not good enough to make it most lists, but it's okay. Certainly, I think it's a definite include. It's a solid option for these Singleton decks, though, for sure. Drayton. This is a card which, a little on the fence about with this. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal a Pokemon and a trainer card you find, put them into your hand. So, it's useful. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one, but there, it's there. Brock Scouting. This is one of the new cards. Oh, there was a new Pokemon. Let me skip to that too. I missed him. So it's a 2/1 Dudunsparce line in that I'm playing one Dudunsparce regular and the one of the new Dudunsparce EX. It's mainly for the first attack. Tenacious Tail does 60 for 1 energy for each of your opponent's EXs in play. So another stage 1 energy attacker that can be really good in certain situations. So you play a bunch of EXs. I have the Dunsparce EX. You play Pokemon with abilities. I've got Scizor. You fill up your bench. I got Oinkologne, right? So that's kind of what it is. A bit, a box style deck is what I'll say. Okay, where was I with these trainers? So, Brock Scouting, which is the other Journey Together card, the new set. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, 1 evolution, put it into your hand. I don't know if I play it in Standard much. Obviously, if you're getting Bedewed, then it sorts out that issue. But for this, getting Pokemon in play is so important. I obviously basic or flexibility for an evolution, a good card there. 1 Judge, 1 copy of Jacq, 2 evolutions, can be rulebox or not, put them into your hand. Copy of Energy Search. We need to get energies in hand, right? 12 is not a bad number, but still need to get them into hand. So partly for Scizor, but also just for the other attacks as well. So Energy Search, and also playing a copy of Earthen Vessel, because that's really good as well. Similar, right? I'm not going to say what that does there. Energy Retrieval, Prime Catcher's the A-Spec. Secret Box, I could go with that as well. But, Prime Catcher's is really good. Copy of Miriam gives you Pokemon Recovery and draw 3 cards. So, again, Recovery, there are a couple of Recovery. So, Recovery have Night Stretcher and have Super Rod, but as well as Super Energy Retrieval. It's Super Energy Retrieval because I'm playing Gholdengo in the deck, as well as regular Energy Retrieval. So, So, Miriam, Pokemon Recovery is good there. Pokegear, just really good card. Look at the top 7 cards. Put a support you find in a deck. We don't have engines, so just trying to make this a little more consistent. Let's see, playing Cycling Road. I need disc. What you do, I don't play this much at all. You probably don't either. But each player can discard a basic energy card from the hand in order to draw a card. Drawing's good. Bumping the opponent's stadium's good. But also, you need to get 2 energies in the discard pile before you play Archaludon EX. Obviously, cards like Ultra Ball are really good, but we only have 1 copy of that, 1 copy of Earthen Vessel. So Cycling Road just adds to that ability to get that done. 1 copy of Boss's Order, 1 copy of Hassle, a nice card for single price decks, and it doesn't see a ton of play, but again, you'll see a decent amount of play in this format, I assume. You can only use it if one of your Pokemon were knocked out last turn. Doesn't have to be by your opponent's attack. If they take it out with Dusknoir or something, that counts too. You look at the top 8 cards of your deck, put 3 of them in your hand, shuffle the others back. So good there. Letter of Encouragement, way to get energy, especially with Gholdengo. I wouldn't play this in all my decks, but you can only use it if your Pokemon was knocked out last turn. You search your deck for 3 basic energies. You also want to thin your deck, right? Getting these basic energies to hand me, you're going to draw other more meaningful cards in the future, right? one Iono, 1 Arven, TM Evolution, that's my one technical machine card. I'm playing a bunch of stage 1s, so it's useful. It also helps me get closer to the Pidgeot EX there. Super Rod, I think I mentioned that. Playing a switch card, playing 1 rare candy because, hey, I do have the stage 2, and get Pidgeot EX in play is super, super awesome. and Professor's Research, it's good. Obviously, you got to be careful. Sometimes you're like, I can't afford to discard all those cards, but getting set up is huge, right? One of the struggles is who can, a lot of times neither player sets up that well, so just research helps you set up. So that's the list. It's been working pretty well. So let's go take a look at the deck list in action. All right, this is almost my first game playing Trainers Trials since rotation happened. I was playing it pre-rotation, but with post-rotation decks, so I was definitely at a disadvantage. I didn't want to work on the 2-day format, which I get it. If people wanted to work on that and get the builds, to work on decks for that was fine and good. But I decided I just would work on post-rotation decks, which meant I was at a disadvantage. Like, my opponents could play Radiant Greninja, Forest Seal Stone. I didn't have those cards in my deck. And anyway, so this was supposed to be, my goal was to start recording my first game post-rotation in this Trainer Trials format. Unfortunately, I picked the wrong deck to start with. I'm not even sure what happened. I'm not sure the game didn't pick the wrong deck for me. All right, so okay, this is kind of nice, isn't it? So Ditto's good for my opponent too. I got to say that. So what do I want to get going here? Let's see. I have Dodrio, and I probably want Pidgeot EX, right? Lechonk's not bad necessarily. Let's see, do I have Rare Candy? Okay, so just, deck checking a little bit. It's a little hard to do, so I want to energy this card pile. So for my Archaludon, right? So that's the plan there. All right, so, okay. Do I want to get something else? Do I want to get a basic in play? I'm going to get Scyther. Let me just look at this. My Jacq will get me exactly what I need. Okay, so I Ultra Ball for a basic that I can get in play. Obviously, I know it's not good for me, but so why did I do that, right? Like, I could have Ultra Balled, got the Archaludon, or something else, but my thought was, if I get Iono'd, then if I have the Archaludon, I'm guaranteed not to get Archaludon, right? Okay, so Hop Zacian. Okay, so, and I haven't played, this is my first game since rotation. I haven't played against any of this stuff. Now, I'm playing a metal deck, so Hop Zacian was definitely a potential card for this deck. And they're going to give me a hit and a poke, I assume. Okay, Fan Rotom. So Pidgey, okay, Wooloo, Double. I'm trying to, gonna have to start to figure out, we'll see more cards that I'm not quite so used to as well with this format, which will be its own challenge, right? Okay, so Cramorant, so some hops, Iris's Fighting Spirit. Okay. I mean, with the Jacq, I want to get the Archaludon. I think I come up short though, right? And then I want to get something else on my bench. Maybe I want to evolve the Pidgey. Okay, I think I do want to. All right, Arven's actually pretty good too. Let me think this through. Do I want to get Lechonk down? Actually, Lechonk's pretty good for this, right? Do I have? Well, I mean the. I don't have the evolution though. Do I? That part's not so good, is it? So, I think I just want to fail it. Then that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna play the Jacq. I will take the Archaludon. I missed the knockout by 10. That is unfortunate. I think I will evolve the Pidgeotto EX. That's not bad, right? Not bad at all. And he can't attack. No, he can attack next turn. Hopefully they can't power themselves up. And do I want to attach this energy somewhere? That's one of the questions as well, right? I'm gonna attach. No, I'm gonna sit on the energy, I think. Well, yeah, I'm gonna sit on the energy. So this is my thought. I could have attached energy. That's what I was thinking through there. Sorry, I was also thinking Dodrio's not going to do enough damage at this point, assuming I get him. Arven next turn. Plus, I already played the Ultra Ball, so keeping the energy to Ultra Ball it away doesn't work. Okay, so they're just giving up someone to sacrifice. I could, I probably want to take out the Hopzacian, right? I do play, no, I don't. Oh, that's right. My ace spec is Secret Box, not Prime Catcher. So I wish I had Prime Catcher. Okay, so the double. Okay, they're gonna take me out, I guess. Yeah, they take me out. That part's unfortunate. Oh, new special effects there in the game, as they always keep doing. So that hurts. Okay, that hurts. Good play by my opponent there. So I will send up the Archaludon. I will Arven for something here. No, actually, I'm going to research. Research is better. Do I want... do I want to get the Lechonk down? Maybe I do. Lechonk, the evolution's pretty good. So let me attach an energy to, let's think, 1, 2, 3. I can attach an energy to Doduo. And Arv, I don't want to Arv. I think I more cards is really what I want to get here. So, okay, that's not terrible. That's not good, is it? I could rod them back, though. But I guess I'll just attack and see what happens. So it's not great. My opponent had a good turn. So good job by them, for sure. And one of the things I want to do, all right, the Dunsparce, pleased for that. So need to be paying attention to what my opponents are playing, too, to try to work on my deck. Now, they have multiple energy types, which is good, which means they probably play Crispin, which I don't play Crispin because they only have one energy type in this deck. So the Ditto, okay, so they get Fezandipiti, which I don't think I'm trying to remember now what I'm playing in the deck. These games are slower games. Twofold. You're making a lot of decisions. It's a lot of one-ofs, so decisions are a little tougher. Turns are longer. There's decisions I think are longer on both parts. First off, everybody's deck is newer. So trying to, okay, what does this one do? Oh, this, okay. It's a way to get prizes, your prizes into your deck, but okay, I should take a look at all the new cards briefly, and I just slapped a couple in. So all right, so Miriam. I mean, getting these Pokemon back is actually pretty good, right? So I'll Miriam here. Get both these Pokemon back. Great, there's only so much Pokemon. And I draw 3 cards, and I can then... that's nice. I have the Nest Ball. I don't really think I... Does the Nest Ball get me anything, by the way? That could give me Fezandipiti. But I wasn't knocked out, so that's okay. So I'm going to slap down the Dunsparce. And I try to remember, do I have the evolution for that? So where do I want to attach an energy? That's my new question, right? I'm going to attach 1, 2, so I'm also just trying to think through Scyther. How much damage does he do? So I'm just going to attach to the Scyther. I could grab some energies at this point, but I want to wait on that, I think. I'll take the knockout. It's not great. My opponent does get to Fezandipiti. Obviously, counter catcher's activated again because I'm ahead in prizes. So, hit select there. So in some ways, take Gimmighoul, that's really good to get. If I get knocked out, obviously getting Gimmighoul in play is a real plus. So Cramorant, so he can do 120 with. So Cramorant can attack this turn. And he could have, probably knocked out the Pidgey or something if they hit heads on that, right? Counter catchers, Iron Bundle, Hyper Blower. So they're going to take a knockout here. What do I want to give up, right? That's kind of the question. 1, 2. I'll set up Scyther. He's okay to get knocked out, I guess. It keeps my Archaludon from getting damaged, so that's good, which means they're going to take a prize, go to 4. I take a prize, get to 3. So not bad. All right, so playing Carmen, which I chose not to play, but that was certainly a consideration. Just taking a look. Bravery Charm, Postwick. What's the stadium do? Oh, there's a new one. And got the concession. What I will say, I think you're going to get a lot of concessions in this format, but one thing to keep in mind is everyone's decks are going to be less consistent and less strong. So just because things don't feel good, your opponent might not be feeling so good either. But got the W there. The deck worked well enough for the win. All right, see what happened. The last couple of games have been, I think, quickish concessions. Last game was definitely a quick concession by my opponent. What's going to happen here is my encouragement is don't concede too quickly, because there's a good chance your opponent's going to be struggling too, right? If your opponent's set up such that you like what they have on board means their next couple turns are going to go work well for them, then maybe concede. But don't be like, okay, this is what their board's set up, and then think this is what I think they're going to play from hand, because the odds are I'm first, right? So Dunsparce has free retreat. This is why I play this 60 HP. There's a 70 HP guy out there. Crispin, okay. Not sure, obviously didn't see any Pokemon there, so mix of energies. Okay, done. What do we got? Yeah, so Dreepy, yeah, it makes sense what I saw there. So not bad. I want to thin the deck with Earthen Vessel, plus get energy to the discard pile. It's not great, but actually I have a rare candy though, so that's pretty good, right? So, okay. I have rare candy Pidgeot EX, so that's very nice for me. I have one energy in the discard pile. They probably, so but I'm not doing big damage this turn, but I should have access then to. I have boss, so if I hit research, I don't really want to ditch the research, I gotta say. So we'll see. I'll probably play the Pokegear. See what happens. Right? The Dunsparce is nice. Dunsparce EX is good too, potentially, right? That's based on number of EXs they have in play, right? The Lechonk, if they get their bench filled up, is good. So just some different options here, which is what you want, right? These decks tend to be box-style decks. So Bidoof, okay, well, they're going to set up Bidoof probably, and then I can't. Then my plan is... then I'm not doing much of anything. Then I'm poking Bidoof for 10 is what I'm doing. Hopefully they can't retreat or switch, right? Because Bidoof attacks for free. So if they have an energy, they just attach to Dreepy retreat, right? So, but maybe they're not though. Hopefully they're setting up for next turn. And that's okay with me, right? That might be the case. They're just trying to guarantee what they draw next turn, so they can have a useful turn, right? So the Dunsparce will do, 40, I think? So it's not great, but it starts things going, so that part's good. I mean, would I want to boss and take a prize off the Bidoof? I'm not sure about that, right? Maybe I do. So they're going to Bidoof me. Okay. No. Oh, huge. I can take the knockout now. That's a big mistake by my opponent, I would say. So let me see what I get here. Judge. Oh, I might want to judge them anyway, too. That's really nice. So rare candy, Pidgey, loving that. Let me make sure I have the Dunsparce, right? Because that's necessary for everything here. Super awesome. And because I would have liked to have waited on the Dunsparce, but if he wasn't in deck, then... Oh, wait, that's not what I was thinking it was Dodrio. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot and a half. Okay, so... Yeah, he can't attack. All right, but all right, so I do want to... Man, I'm being brain dead today. So, yeah. Anyway, the nice thing is I take away their Cypher Mix code breaking with that. So that's really, really a happy thing. And I think I don't want to draw the cards here. I just want to end my turn here, right? If my Dunsparce gets knocked out, I'm not happy, but that's okay. This is okay. So Jacq is good. Yeah, this is pretty solid. So I can't. Yeah, I can't. So I was thinking the Dunsparce was Doduo, right? That's what I was thinking in my hand. I thought I had the knockout. So, but they don't look. Even if they poke me for 40, they don't get the knockout. They can retreat into Bidoo. And that's okay too, though. Yeah, it's. I do have quote essentially free. Okay, so another baby Pokemon. Interesting. So boss. What are they going to gust up? Okay. Okay, just doing that. So they're trying to set up here. So obviously I messed up on my turn. So, but I have Jacq. I can retreat. Do I play Jacq? Team Evolution's not. So if I play Jacq, I can get. He doesn't really do anything. All right, let me just do Oinkologne. I should grab someone else though, right? Just grab. Well, I should grab the Scizor, right? Just because. Okay. So the Oinkologne does take the knockout here. I need to switch though, right? So I should see what I get on. I mean, I guess I should have done Dunsparce first, right? All right, so I can get back the energy, right? That's good. So but I need. Let's see what I get off him. What I can grab here. So, do I have a switching card? I do have switch. So I think I switch. I'll just take a prize. Just get things going. So anyway, that's been a horrible turn for me, but I will. Okay, so that's okay. Right, 30. So it's not huge damage, but it's enough to take the knockout here, right? That's the point. And at this point, yeah, I'll put him into play. The Scizor, his retreat cost goes up, which I don't like, so they could get him stuck in the active. Right now he just does 10, but eventually they want to get the other, their evolutions have abilities, right? So the Scizor could be good still as this game plays on. So anyway, sorry for the very poor gameplay here. Yeah, it's been poor. So they're going to item lock me, but that's okay too. Yeah, that's okay. I can take a second prize. So now the Scizor's doing 60, and that's good. Of course, look, it's good for my opponent too, though, because they've got to set up. They haven't set up, so now they get to look at. They drew for turn. They see 2 more cards, so and they choose one. So they're looking at 3 cards. So instead of just 1. So, all right, Great Ball. Great Ball, which isn't a great card, but it's kind of almost a staple card for this format, I assume. Okay, and I was able to judge after they ciphermatics code breaking, and they didn't draw the cards, right? So that was a really nice thing for me, really annoying for my opponent. So, anyway, so I'm thinking I'm gonna take a prize here. That's the nice thing. Okay, what do I have? So I do have boss in deck, I think. So I might want to take out the Drayloke. I think that's the play. Right, I can. Yeah, I think that's the play. So, and I might attach to the Pidgeot EX because the 120 in the Pidgeot EX isn't bad either. So I'll just double check. He's doing 100. Grab a boss, and see if my opponent keeps playing after that, right? I'll slap him down too so I can get some cards coming my way, and I'll attach the Pidgeot EX because his damage for this game is going to be meaningful as well. So now the Oinkologne now goes down to what, 70 next turn if they don't bench anything else. So, you know, he gets worse as I thin things out. But he does have a second attack, but it's not very good. So I don't think I want to use that. So send up the Bidoof, which I get, trying to slow me down. But it's not a good place for them. So, okay, maybe they get a TM Evolution card. I'm guessing that's what they're going to look at doing. In which case, I'm not item locked. In which case, I could take out the Charmander, right? Or the Charmeleon. So we'll see what happens. See what they get here. Do they have TM Evolution? They need TM Evolution, and they need an energy. So I do have free retreat as long as I can. No, I can't play. I can't. But I can't. Actually, I can't do the gusting. Right? I was thinking because I was relying on Prime Catcher, but I can't do that. Oh no, I can. They're not going to item lock me, so I can Prime Catcher. Right? It should be in deck, hopefully. I don't know if it's prized. Okay, so just kind of, you know, doing a little bit of stuff here. And that's all fine, too. Again, it's been a tough start for them. Much better start for myself. Obviously, you know, I chose not to do Cypher Max code breaking, and I really kind of hurt my opponent a lot the way I handled that. So, but I think taking out... Right, the Charizard EX is obviously tough, so I want to take him down. I think that's the play here. So, yeah. So I'm liking my situation. So I'll evolve into him. I could have waited on that too, but the Dunsparce EX. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I want him. And do I Youngster here first? Maybe a Youngster, right? See what I get. See what I hit off that. I got the Prime Catcher. Well, that's really good. So I'll do the Gust first because why not do that, right? See if my opponent keeps playing at that point, because that's really what they were counting on. And they conceded, which makes sense. You know, once I was, you know, the fact that I was able to gust up both of their attacking options that they're working on really meant that they didn't have a chance there, right? Taking out the stage ones, you know, stage 2 decks are going to be tough for this. So they're good Pokemon they're playing, but it's going to be tough. So anyway, all right, so just a couple of concluding thoughts here. The deck worked okay, I'll say. It still needs some refinement. This really is my very, very first, you know, early days, first attempt for a deck in this format, I would say. See some cards I like. The single prize attackers were a bit disappointing. Didn't get a ton of value out of that. Well, the Dunsparce, I like that, because that is a good draw piece. But the Dodrio didn't get a ton of value out of him, so maybe he goes for the deck. I'm not certain. In terms of trainers, I think 12 energies is a decent amount. Maybe it could drop to 11. I wouldn't go below that. What you know, Rigid Band, at one point I had Rigid Band in the deck. That's a good, I could put that back in. It's mainly a stage 1 attacking deck. That gives a damage reduction for the stage 1 that it's attached to. Trainers, pretty decent set of trainers. All in all, I will say Drayton. I'm not sure that I love Drayton, but you know, just, you know, getting, you know, you just got to try to figure out what makes sense for you. Playing the one switch, I think that makes sense in the deck. I probably wouldn't cut that. Rare Candy, yeah, no, I keep the Rare Candy because Pidgeot EX is so awesome, right? Letter of Encouragement wouldn't go in most decks. I think it's useful here, although, you know, honestly, it's not essential. It's not, it has Gholdengo, but I'm not like Gholdengoing turn after turn. So Letter of Encouragement would probably be the one energy card, related card I think I could drop from that. So it gives a few options to maybe make some adjustments to it. But all in all, a decent deck, a good starting point. You let me know in the comments below suggestions you have for adjustments to a fire deck. I mean, to a metal deck, sorry. I think I might work on a fire deck next. You can let me know in the comments what type of a deck you want me to do. One of the things is I don't play Crispin, which is obviously a really good trainer card, supporter card, but you need multiple energy types, which I didn't do here. So probably would look, definitely Crispin's a really good supporter to have. You need to have multiple energies. So that if you have multiple energies, I think you play Crispin. So that's a thought out there as well. Not for this deck in particular, but just something to keep in mind. So it is a fun format. I'm really glad they implemented it. It seems to be working too. Super awesome there. So anyway, have some fun, take care, and do play some Pokemon.